Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to unpack one of the most critical guides for any leader right now, coming straight from Harvard Business Review. So what are we diving into today? It's this crucial playbook right here, Harvard Business Review's 10 must-reads on AI, analytics, in the new machine age. You know, with all the tech disruption flying around, HBR basically said, look, here's the one-stop shop, the essential resource you need to understand how intelligent machines are completely rewriting the business rulebook. So here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll talk about the big challenge leaders are up against. Then, why this HBR guide is such a game changer. After that, we'll take a peek inside the playbook itself. And finally, the most important part, the actionable insights you can actually use.
All right, so first things first, let's really set the stage here and talk about the huge problem this book is trying to solve.
Think about it. If you're a leader today, it feels like you're trying to walk on constantly shifting ground, right? You're just getting bombarded with all these buzzwords, AI, analytics, automation, the list goes on. The pace is just relentless. So the big question is, how in the world do you keep up? How do you figure out what's real versus what's just hype and actually find a clear path forward for your team?
And that leads to the next problem, information overload. I mean, there are endless articles, podcasts, you name it. So where do you even begin to look for a signal you can actually trust? How do you get the stuff that matters without just getting completely lost in the noise?
Well, this is exactly where Harvard Business Review comes in. They've basically done all the hard work for you. Their 10 must-read series is famous for a reason. It just cuts straight through all that noise. They go into their archives, pull out the most vital, game-changing articles, and give you this concentrated shot of the absolute best thinking on a single topic. And this book on AI, it's part of that same super respected family. You've probably seen them on strategy, on leadership, you name it. This series has become required reading for managers everywhere because it just nails the fundamentals of modern business. It's a proven way to get up to speed fast on what you really need to know.
Okay, so what's actually in this playbook? What are you going to learn? Let's crack it open and take a look at the core ideas.
So the whole thing is neatly broken down into 3 big themes. First up, core technologies. This section just demystifies everything. It argues that real-world AI isn't some sci-fi fantasy. It's about starting with, kind of boring practical stuff that solves a real business problem. Then you've got new strategies. This is where you see things like augmented reality not just being for video games, but as a serious tool to, say, overlay digital instructions onto the real world to help your workforce. Super cool stuff. And finally, it gets into what might be the most important part, the human and machine partnership. It really hammers home that this isn't about replacement, it's all about collaboration.
And this quote, this one just nails the entire book's central message. A good person plus a good algorithm is far superior to the best person or the best algorithm alone. It's not about humans versus machines. The real win, the real competitive advantage is what the authors call collaborative intelligence. It's this powerful partnership where the machines do the heavy lifting with data and scale, and humans bring in the judgment, the creativity, the empathy. The Stitch Fix example is perfect. An algorithm suggests outfits, but a human stylist makes that final personal call. That, right there, is collaborative intelligence in action. Okay, so this all brings us to the most important part, right? The so what. What does this all mean for you? How do you take these big ideas and actually make them happen in your organization?
And really, this is the one question the book forces every single leader to ask themselves. Look, it's not a matter of if these changes are coming. They're already here. The real question, the one you have to answer, is are you ready to adapt and actually capitalize on this stuff?
The good news is the book doesn't just ask the question. It gives you a clear 3-step path forward. Step 1 is understand, and that means really getting it, going beyond the buzzwords to see the potential, but also the limitations. Step 2 is identify. This is about pinpointing the specific business problems where these tools can create real value. Don't just chase shiny new tech. Start with small pilot projects. And finally, step 3 is lead. This is all about you. It's about championing that cultural shift to get humans and machines working together. It even means learning to manage your algorithms like you'd manage an employee, with clear goals and constant feedback.
So, when you close this book, the big takeaway is crystal clear. Doing nothing is not an option anymore. The ideas in here aren't just nice-to-haves, they are absolutely critical for survival, let alone success. And it leaves you with this final, really powerful choice. Are you going to be an architect of your company's future, or just a bystander watching it all happen? Hey, if you found this breakdown valuable and you want to stay ahead of the curve on the big ideas shaping our world, the best way to support us is to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more of these explainers. Thanks so much for watching.